Hi everyone, I'm Angel from Team Formula, and today we are here to present you Tesco sales data and marketing content card promotion. So here's an overview of our presentation. I will begin with telling you why we chose Tesco and the background of Tesco. So we chose Tesco because we thought there would be a lot of interesting information, for example, customers' background, like gender, affluency, their spending habits, or maybe, their spending amount, and we are also interested in the promotional strategies of the supermarkets. So here's a little bit about the background of Tesco. It is the third largest retailer in the world. It's founded in 1919 and headquartered in England. The table here shows you the different types of stores Tesco owns, and Dobie's in particular is very special because it specializes in gardening equipment, but this company is already sold out to another firm. In our data, we do not have Dobie's. We have other 7 Tesco stores, which I'll explain to you later on. We actually downloaded our data from Kaggle. We have 3 spreadsheets, namely Transaction, Content 1, and Content 2. So in Transaction TSV, which is an Excel file, we can see information about gender and different store types. In total, we have 7 different Tesco stores given to us. In Content 1, we have information like affluency and the types of marketing content card. In total, we had 9 content marketing cards, where NA means the card was never shown to the customer, and then 0 means the customer actually looked at the card because it was shown to them, but they did not click on it, while 1 means they actually clicked on it. So in our Excel, we had 0, 1, and NA. For content 2.tsv, we had the number of transactions, total spending, gender, as well as affluency of the customers. So what are marketing content cards? If you visit the website of Tesco, you will see that there are some arrows at the bottom here. So in this website, we have 3 marketing content cards, and they're shown to the customers or the members, because the members can actually log in and make their purchases. So different customers are shown with different content cards, but the website only shows a limited number of content cards. So those who do not show content cards will be given NA in the data. And those who see these cards, which did not click on them, is labeled as 0. Whereas if the customer clicked on it, it would be 1. So here in this example, we can see Tesco Cafe. If you go there, you can get a good bargain because there may be discounts. And the 7 store types that were given to us in the data are Extra, Superstore, Express, Metro, F&F Clothing, petrol stations, and Direct Online. Basically, Extra is very similar with Superstore. Extra is slightly even larger. It's a hypermarket where they store everything, like a warehouse inside. For Superstore, it's a large supermarket located in towns. And Tesco Express is a small convenient shop, whereas Tesco Metro is located very near the railway stations. And petrol stations, as its name mentions, you would imagine it's located near the petrol stations. In our data, we have Direct Online. It's an online shop for everything. But in reality, the Direct Online is closed down. So we came up with some very interesting questions. We wanted to see whether the data would give us any information about significance between total spending and the different store types. For example, would there be greater sales from specific goods or specific stores? We also wanted to see if there would be significant correlations between the 7 categories of stores. So would maybe one store's total spending would impact on another one. We also wanted to see if customers' affluency and certain types of stores would make differences, for example, like an interaction effect, like maybe a specific type of customer would make more purchases, like the rich people, maybe they would like to shop at Tesco superstores. For gender correlation, we wanted to see if maybe females tend to make more transactions than male. We also wanted to see if we can find out information about gender and certain store types. For example, would certain maybe males would like to purchase more in Tesco Metro stores or not. And then we also wanted to see, if affluency can be a factor that influence different behavior. So we use descriptive statistics, regression analysis, logistic regression, correlation analysis, and so on. For descriptive summary, we found that the highest mean recorded is 50.8, and that the medium is 50, which is very close to its average. So we believe that express stores are very stable in terms of sales transactions. And then in general, the 7 different stores altogether can make 5 million items of transactions daily and create nearly 240 million each day in terms of pounds.
First, we use Tableau to get some direct information. For example, transaction numbers in Express, Extra, Metro, and Superstore are relatively bigger, and total spending in Direct Store, Extra, and Superstore perform better. And female and male do not show significant difference in transaction numbers and total spending. The consuming frequency of the middle class is much higher than the rest of all classes, and the same situation occurs in spending. People in all the 5 affluency groups tend to spend most in Direct, Extra, and Superstore, and in general, showing and clicking on content cards have negative influence on spending, and male and female have almost the same consuming conditions. Also, in almost every affluency group, no matter showing or clicking on content cards have negative influence on total spending. Next, we use linear regression and interaction effect to see further results. Here, one is given a new meaning of show, representing that content card is presented to the customer. So here the new one covers data that the customer viewed the card and the customer clicked on the card. Here are the results. For example, in Express Store, showing content card 2 and 5 have negative influence on number of transactions. And after we making content card 2 and 5 into a new variable, we can see the result is not significant, so they don't influence each other. Here we can also see that showing content card 2 has negative influence on spending. To save time, we made a table to show all the results. Here we can see only 3 positive influence, and content 5 has bad influence on up to 3 kinds of stores. In addition, we also know that female do not like consuming in Metro store, and they have positive influence on total spending in Superstore.
Predictions of sales of different type of store, either in total spending on specific store or number of transactions. We apply linear regression on our dataset. The dependent variables is customers' total spending on specific type of store or number of transactions in specific store, while the possible independent variables are customers' affluency level, customers' gender, whether the customer has clicked certain type of promotion content card, and if there is any possible, the interaction of any 2 independent variables. Now we test its main effect first, then the interaction effect. Similar to last table, we intend to figure out if there are correlation among dependent variables, number of transactions in petrol store, and several independent variables, affluency, clicking content card 3, and gender. The result shows that only clicking content card 3 make difference to number of transactions in petrol store, as it has significantly smaller than 0.05. To make it sure, after making all this regression analysis, we find that some type of promotion content card do have significant effect on sales of different type of store. The result are shown below. Yes means this type of content card has significant effect on the corresponding type of store. No means this type of content card do not have significant effect on the corresponding type of store. Negative or positive means this type of content card has negative or positive effect to sales of this type of store. To make sure whether there is interaction effect between clicking content card and gender, clicking content card and affluency in specific store type, we make further analysis for the cases where clicking content card make significant difference independently according to their previous analysis. This is, in the case where clicking content card is significant, we add another interaction effect to the regression analysis. if any independent variables is significant other than content card. In the previous table, we find that affluency and clicking content card 3 has significant effect on extra total spending. So we generate a new interaction term between these two variables. As this table shows, we can easily find that the interaction term is not significant for its p-value, is greater than 0.05. Thus, we eliminate this variable from the regression analysis. Similarly, we make another analysis for interaction effect between clicking content card and gender on direct total spending. Both the table and the plot show the significant difference of this interaction effect. Specifically, the interaction effect has negative effect on direct total spending. We want to see if there is any interaction effect between any of two independent variables that may affect the sales of Tesco. We apply tests on our dataset. In this case, we take 4 types of store as example: Express, Extra, Metro, and Superstore, to see if there is interaction effect with customers' gender. From this table, we find that the interaction effect between gender and store type makes no significant difference to the result of transaction value, since its p-value is greater than 0.05. Through engaging with the Tesco sales dataset, regression analysis acquired in class, we are able to explore and interact with factors affecting sales in different store type, and generate meaningful insight for future business planning of Tesco.
Here, I will presentation about the comprehensive analysis. Based on the content card show and content card click analysis above, we find some relationship between these two analyses in the 7 different type stores. In the Tesco store, Tesco Express, Tesco Metro stores, and Tesco Extra stores, the showed content card has significant effect on transaction and spending. However, it's interesting that when these cards are clicked and the consumer browses the details, these cards get insignificant effect and will not promote purchase. In the superstores, whether the content card are showed or not, or clicked or not, these cards all have insignificant effect. We suppose that maybe the consumer had made the shopping list, so they do not pay any attention to the content card. We also find the female prefer to spend more than the male, especially in the superstores. The superstores can reduce the content card and consider to apply the alternative promotion methods. About the Tesco online F&F shop, unfortunately, we do not find any observed or significant effect here. Perhaps we need more related details or more newest information about this. And in the direct online, the content card 8 and 4 play an important role on the total spending. By the way, the content card 8 has a more significant improvement effect. When consumers are aware of these two cards, they will have the interest in buying. After clicking and knowing the card details, the willingness to buy will increase. Therefore, direct online should make better use of these two cards in the future.